Hey, what's up guys, it's Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Sorry I did not post a video yesterday. I've been feeling a little under the weather and for a couple of days. So I got some meds, so I should be feeling better within the next day or two. I rarely ever get sick. So when I do, it throws me off my step a little bit, but I'm sure I'll be fine in a couple of days. So if I am like a little off in this video, I'm sorry. I really think this is going to be one of my best videos and one of my most important topics that I'll be talking about. So hopefully I'm able to get the point across in the way that I'm attempting to do, and hopefully I can, start a good conversation and, share some stuff with you guys. So talking about retail value versus intrinsic value, or this could also be worded as retail value versus potential value. Even though potential value and intrinsic value are two different things, they both kind of fit the same category in the same subject that I'm going in. So when I'm talking about intrinsic value, I'm talking about silver has intrinsic value because no matter who says this dollar, this silver dollar is worth $1 or not, it still has 1 ounce of silver in it. No matter what someone says, how much money is worth or whatever the markets do, whatever the case, an ounce of silver always has an ounce of silver, where this dollar bill has to be basically, labeled on how much it's actually worth and the purchasing power of that, so forth. So that's what I'm talking about with potential value versus intrinsic value. Potential value, when I'm talking about that, I'm just talking about looking at an item not just for its retail value of what it's priced as, but looking at some things in the item that makes it potentially more valuable in the future. Say looking at a rare coin or an old car for a good price, but knowing that in a couple more years that car has an opportunity to grow in price. So that's what I'm talking about with potential value. So it's basically just looking at products for their true value and detaching what the dollar amount is that's labeled to it at that current time. It is a great way to make profit, not only for silver, but this works for anything, for any product. Some people call it flipping, bartering, dickering, hustling. The list goes on. It's basically just investing in an item in hopes of selling the item for profit in the future, either immediately or allowing it to appreciate in value over time. A lot of places to find good products for this are flea markets, garage sales, eBay, Craigslist, antique shops, etc. are usually ideal places. And obviously with silver, your local coin shop or even an online dealer can work as well. A lot of people in the silver market invest in coins like pandas, kookaburras, since there's a collector value, and they flip the coins within a 5-year span to gain the profits and then recycle the proceeds back into more silver and repeat that process, growing their stack without ever taking any money out of their pocket. Their stack is growing on its own and they're just moving the silver around at the right times, getting paid to do so. Some other products besides silver that you can purchase to flip can literally be anything with a potential value, such as cars, vintage toys, sports cards, clothes, etc. Whatever, the list goes on. Some freaking silverware, whatever you find at a garage sale that you think is a good buy, and you know that either you can go at home, you can go home that same day and list it for a profit, or maybe you want to wait a couple years. For instance, if it's a basketball player and that he's pretty popular and he's going to retire soon, maybe whatever the case is. So it's just looking at the value of things, not at the set price, because we've been trained to do that for so long. Another thing to keep in mind is that even though you might be able to make a profit on some things, you have to kind of weigh out the pros and cons, because some of the profit margins aren't as big and maybe it's not worth your time. because your time and money could be spent into something else. For example, you might be making profit selling a certain item, but if you're only making $5 to $10 profit per item and it's consuming hours upon hours of your time out of the day, maybe looking at a different strategy and looking for an item that makes bigger gains would, be better off for you. Also, keep in mind, especially with older products that are harder to find, there is no retail value, so it's really up to you to price what the value is for the item. But, it's only worth as much as the buyer is willing to give you. You might have this old sports card that's rare, that, there's the only one in the world, and if you say it's worth $500, even though you think it's worth that much, you might have all the reasons in the world to show why that card is worth $500. But if no one is willing to pay $500 for it, then your card isn't worth that much. It might be in your mind, but it's only worth as much as someone's willing to pay you for it. And that goes with silver as well when you're investing in some of these older coins and all that, where you might be the only one in the market selling this coin at the time, and you price it as something, and it might take you weeks upon months to find the correct buyer. You might not get the price that you want right away. So that's something to keep in mind when you're more into collectible coins and numismatic, coins in that genre. That's why bullion is also a good way to stack, so you can have something that's easily liquid that you can sell at any point of the day right then. Now I'm going to use this setup right here as an example to show something. So in this video we have $200 in 20s, and we also have 40 ounces of silver. Now looking at this, it's pretty easy to tell which is more valuable. Even if, $200 will get you roughly 10 ounces of silver. So even with just this 10 ounces right here, it's still pretty easy to see that, this has more value. Intrinsic value and potential value. Not even just talking about retail, because they're basically about equal right now with retail value. But so back in the day, when silver was around $5 an ounce, that $200 could buy you about 40 ounces. So I could have took this $200 right here and purchased this much silver. But as the dollar is decreasing, you can only buy so much silver, so over time you could only buy 30 ounces with that $200, and then you could only buy 20 ounces with that $200, and now you can only buy 10 ounces with that $200. The dollar has lost 98% of its value when silver has held 1 ounce, held its value no matter what, which is the intrinsic value part. Silver has been deemed valuable for thousands of years. And as time goes on, the dollar is decreasing in value. Eventually you're going to be able to only buy 9 ounces of silver with that $200, and then 8 ounces of silver with that $200, and then 7, and who knows how low it's going to go. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys that silver is going to hit $200, $300 an ounce. I'm just showing you how we started off with 40 ounces, and now look, we're at only 10 ounces, and the way it's looking with the dollar still decreasing and silver always holding its value, that eventually you're only going to be able to buy so much. And think about 2011 when silver was $50 an ounce. People forget that silver was $50 an ounce only 6 years ago. People keep only thinking of silver as the $20 an ounce type of metal, but 6 years ago it was $50 an ounce. And it's not that hard for it to repeat that again. So I'm just trying to put in perspective for you guys to try to train, think in different terms when you're looking at silver compared to money, giving a couple different examples with this. Because, when you're investing your money, say your hard-earned money, you're putting it away in a bank account or even in a safe or whatever, at the time you put that money away, it might be worth something. But once you put it in that safe, and as time goes on, your money is just dwindling away for no reason. It's just, well, there's several reasons, but I'm saying, like, you're not doing anything for the money to be decreasing. You're just allowing the dollar to just deplete right under you with your hard-earned money, and over time, that $200 you put away is really only going to be worth $20 to $40. So the point is that we're trying to convert this into this, because this is always valuable and always will be valuable and has potential to severely increase in value. So it's just the way we look at it. I know it's hard to think this way. I mean, most of you guys are watching my videos already do, because we're all, a lot of us invest in silver or on the fence and thinking about it. But it's not other people's fault that they don't think this way, because that's how we were raised, that's how we were trained. I mean, they don't know otherwise, and that's why I think it's so important that these silver channels, start growing and reaching larger audiences to spread awareness about the economy and what's really happening and some things you can do about it. Because even there's a lot of people putting their silver putting their money in silver stocks, which is just a digit on a screen, which is still just the same thing as putting it in a bank account. And I just really feel like the physical asset is the only way to go. And I just think that YouTube is doing a great job. I mean, so far the Silver Stack community has reached a huge audience. I just made a poll video talking about the time length of all of you guys. How long have you guys been stacking? I went 0 to 5 months, 6 months to a year. I went 2 to 4 years, 5 to 10 years, and 10 plus years. And I was looking at the stats on that, and the majority of I will make another video showing you guys the actual numbers, but the majority of you guys are new stackers, which between 0 to 5 months. And I feel like that is mainly because of YouTube. The power of social media is now spreading these channels and these videos for people that want to start getting prepared for an economic collapse. Especially in the U.S. with all the politics that's happening, people are worried. But not only that, also people are taking interest in just security, because they realize that people don't have the money the way that it was back in the day, and they want to do something about it. So they research financial opportunities or investment strategies, and then silver and gold comes up on YouTube. And I just think it's really cool that we're making such a big impact. Now there still was several people that said they've been stacking for over 10 years as well. And also on my analytics, the age, I'm able to see how old the average amount of my viewers are, and surprisingly, the main percent of my viewers are 35 to 45 years old. In the second largest category was 55 and up. So most of my viewers are 35 and up, which is really surprising. I thought I would have a lot more of a younger crowd, but a lot of people are in the older categories that are watching my videos, which makes sense, I guess, because people my age don't really care about investing and investing in their future, and they don't really care about money. They just want to throw their money away at bars and on dumb stuff. But still, so it's looking like the main majority that's starting to come into silver is older people that are just now finding out that maybe their savings account or their whatever the retirement funds are at risk, and they want to put that money into something that has more potential and more security, which is really cool. So I don't know, I just wanted to share some of those statistics that I read about my channel, as well as show you guys this little setup to kind of explain in a better way, like with the dollar compared to silver. So try to keep that in mind when you're looking, because that is a great way to make silver money. If you don't have a job, or if you want to make some side money, go into a flea market or a garage sale once in a while, especially during the summer. There's tons of them all over my city. So keeping your eye out and looking at items for their potential value, not their retail value, and it can go a long way. You know, eBay is a easy platform to sell anything to anyone worldwide at the snap of a finger. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be feeling better soon. Make sure to like it if you enjoyed this video and it helped you. Please like these videos, support these silver channels to spread and reach more people, and also subscribe for more content like this. I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.